On May 13, 2024, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan spoke to the media at the White House press room on developments in the Middle East. Specifically, he talked about the war on Gaza and U.S. policy vis-à-vis that war. He also discussed diplomatic efforts to reach an agreement for a ceasefire and a hostage deal to exchange Israeli hostages with Palestinian prisoners. According to Mr. Sullivan, Israel's long-term security depends on being integrated in the region and enjoying normal relations with the Arab states, including Saudi Arabia. Therefore, it was not surprising for the administration to immediately dispatch Mr. Sullivan to Saudi Arabia to meet with the Prime Minister and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to discuss bilateral and regional matters, including the war in Gaza and ongoing efforts to achieve a lasting peace and security in the region. The visit also included a stop in Israel, where Mr. Sullivan met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other Israeli leaders. The news from the region were quite optimistic about the results of Sullivan's meetings, particularly with bin Salman in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia. The challenge for Mr. Sullivan is to convince a publicly divided Israeli leadership to put aside their own differences and their significant disagreements with the Biden administration in order to reciprocate and allow for full implementation of the emerging agreement as a quid pro quo with Riyadh. After all, the normalization component of the Saudi-US deal is clearly contingent upon Israeli acquiescence to forge a realistic pathway to Palestinian statehood. The $64,000 question today is, did Mr. Sullivan succeed in convincing Netanyahu and his extremist cabinet to deliver the goods on Palestine, to effect a permanent ceasefire, release of all hostages and prisoners, or did Netanyahu convince him of his own pursuit of the ill-conceived, unviable, and wishful total victory objective?